What is the best fast food restaurant? It's a question I've been asking myself since just this morning when I created this tournament bracket that I wanted to go through and answer that question. And so that's what we're going to do here right now. It's just a simple bracket: Chinese food, Tex Mex, sandwiches, pizza, Italian, fish and chicken, and burger. I tried to break down into each category and I tried to think about as many different fast food places that I could. And so I'm sure there's ones that I've forgotten off this list, but most of all, I have not eaten lunch yet. And so I am super hungry right now. And I just think that it's the perfect time if I'm going to do this type of tournament bracket that I should do it right now when I'm hungry because I'm going to be able to visualize if the two restaurants were right next to each other, which one would I walk into? And that is how I'm going to base off all the decisions. So I might think about quality, I might think about different things, but really it's going to be off the top of my head of if they're right next to each other at this moment when I'm hungry, which one would I walk into? And so that's pretty much the gist of this video. I'm not going to be eating candy on this one. So let's get into it. All right. So our first, can I zoom into this? I don't think so. Anyway, so our first one is Chinese food, Panda Express versus Pei Wei. Now, for me, right off the top, it's Pei Wei. Panda Express is okay, but it's really like Panda Express is just like mall Chinese food, but in a chain. So I think that if they were right next to, in fact, actually, there is a Panda Express and a Pei Wei relatively close to each other where I am, and I always go to Pei Wei. So we're gonna choose that Pei Wei. All right, we're moving into Tex-Mex. Chipotle versus Taco Bell. This is actually kind of a tough one. I mean, I know a lot of people out there probably don't think that it is. Quality wise, yes, Chipotle has much better quality than Taco Bell. But there's something about Taco Bell. There's that classic, addictive. Is it meat even? It tastes good, but is it even real beef? Hmm. That's a tough one. Chipotle or Taco Bell? If they were okay, so judging by if they were next to each other and I went over and I said, which one do I want to eat at? I think it'd be Taco Bell. I'm sorry to people who like Chick fil A, but I think it'd be Taco Bell. Uh, so I'm going to go there. Moe's versus Qdoba. You know, if this was years ago, 10 years or so ago, I would have said Qdoba, but every time I've gone to Qdoba recently, it's not been good. And Moe's is usually pretty consistently good. So I'm going to go with Moe's. All right. Del Taco and Tijuana Flats. Oh, I put this in the wrong spot. All right. Del Taco and Tijuana Flats. I'm going to go with Tijuana Flats. All right. So, hold on a second. No. I screwed up again. These will go here. I actually don't know if I have the right number. I might end up not having the right number of things. But anyway, we'll figure it out. Okay, so we have Subway and Arby's. I'm gonna go with Arby's. If they were right next to each other, I think I'd go in there. Firehouse Sub and Charlie's Cheesesteak. I think I would pick Firehouse Sub. I've never really had a lot of good luck with Charlie's Cheesesteak being all that great. Okay, so now we've got Jersey Mike's and Jimmy John's. I think I've only eaten at either of these maybe once. So I'm trying to think. Um, I feel like my gut is leading me toward Jimmy John's. And I don't really have enough memory of either one of them to gauge probably fully accurately, but I think Jimmy John's I'm leaning toward. With Dunkin' Donuts and Panera Bread, it's got to be Panera Bread. You know, Dunkin' Donuts, it's donuts and uh, and like breakfast stuff. So Panera Bread is way overpriced, insanely overpriced, but they're good. Especially their cookies are good. Let's see. So we're good. Okay. So pizza and Italian. So we got Fazoli's versus Mod Pizza. Now Mod Pizza and Blaze Pizza are pretty much the same thing. If you don't know about them, they're kind of like Subway for pizza. And I got to give it to Fazoli's. Fazoli's is just they're going to have more, you know, it's not a pizza place, but we're doing pizza Italian, whatever. Blaze Pizza and Sabaro. It's definitely Blaze. Okay. Chick-fil-A and Raising Cane's. Okay. Uh, this is a hard one. This might be the hardest one. You know, I love Chick-fil-A, but, and they don't have a Raising Cane's near me, although one is coming. Whenever I go out of town and there's a Raising Cane's, I go there because it's really good. Now, Chick-fil-A, okay, so the thing about Chick-fil-A is it's like you have all your chicken restaurants and then you have Chick-fil-A. Because it's so different, it's kind of on its own. But if I had to stand next to a Chick-fil-A and a Raising Cane's and decide which one to go into for lunch, I think it'd be Raising Cane's. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Raising Cane's. I really like Chick-fil-A, but man, this is a right in the first round. Chick-fil-A is gonna be out. Yeah, I gotta I gotta give it to Raising Cane's. All right, Long John Silver's and Captain D's. They're pretty much the same place. I gotta give it to Long John's. I like Long John Silver's, although they all closed down all around me. I haven't had Long John's in years. Popeyes versus Church's Chicken. I haven't had Church's Chicken in a long time, but it was always really good. And so from memory, I got to go from memory. I have had Popeyes within the last year or so. I got to go with Church's Chicken. Might run into a problem up here somewhere. Bojangles or Zaxby's? Oh, it's hands down, it's Bojangles. Hands down. Way better. I like Zaxby's, but Bojangles is way better. And I'm sad that they all closed here in Florida. There are no more Bojangles. I mean, there might be, I don't know, but definitely not near me. All right, now we're getting to the big guns, the burger places. McDonald's and Wendy's. Ooh. See, I sort of randomly put these in. I didn't like purposefully put any of these matches up other than separating the categories. But see, McDonald's is, I'm not a big fan of McDonald's. However, I really enjoy the quarter pounder. If I go to McDonald's, that's all I get is the quarter pounder. and their fries are really good. And Wendy's, okay, Wendy's burgers to me are way better than McDonald's burgers. Even their like generic cheap like dollar menu, even though that doesn't exist anymore, burger. Wendy's has better burgers than McDonald's. Wendy's also has better fries than McDonald's. However, the caveat is it's only good when they're fresh. Kind of like McDonald's fries are only good when they're fresh, but McDonald's fries, even after they're kind of cooling off, still have a longer shelf life period to eat than Wendy's. Wendy's, if you go to a Wendy's that's just crap, that's just garbage, like the one by my house, it's not good. So you have to time when you're going to Wendy's. It has to be a good Wendy's for it to be better than McDonald's, because at any given point, your fries at McDonald's are usually pretty good. I think the milkshakes and desserts are better at McDonald's. Okay, I'm going to go with McDonald's. I think if I had the choice between the two, I'd go to McDonald's. In-N-Out and Culver's? Oh, definitely Culver's. Not even a. I know people love In-N-Out, and this is going to probably be the biggest controversy, but it does not compare to Culver's. In-N-Out is like, In-N-Out is more. It's more of like a fad restaurant. I don't know if that's the right term, fad, because that means that it's fleeting. I don't think that it's like gonna be going away anytime soon, but it's sort of like the thing to do when you're in a place that has an In-N-Out is go to an In-N-Out. I do that too, but taste wise, their fries are just generic shoestring fries. Their burgers, there's nothing that stands out about the flavor of them. Culver's, on the other hand, has the butter burger. An In-N-Out burger cannot compare to a Culver's butter burger. I'm sorry, end of story. Okay, Steak and Shake and Jack in the Box. This is another difficult one because off the cuff, Steak and Shake is better. However, Steak and Shake, like Wendy's, is one that you have to get timed right. But if they were side by side, if there was a Steak and Shake and a Jack in the Box next door to each other, which one would I go to? I like Steak and Shake, but also when you go to Steak and Shake, if I'm all right, I think I'm going to do Jack in the Box, and I'm going to tell you the reason why is if anybody has ever been to Steak and Shake, it takes forever for them to bring it out, and maybe it's because they're making everything fresh. But if you're hungry, if I'm hungry right now, and I go, I just don't wait for Steak and Shake, so I would go to Jack in the Box. So Jack in the Box. Wait, let me put this down here. Burger King and Sonic. Ugh. Ugh. Neither of these are really great. Sonic used to be good. I would go with Sonic if I had to go between the two. Five Guys and Hardee's. Oh, 100%. It's Five Guys. Checkers or White Castle. I'm not a fan of White Castle. I know a lot of people will. Also, White Castle started in Wichita, where I'm from, but there's not a White Castle in Wichita anymore. So, what is that? Whataburger and Crystals. Crystal? Wait, Crystal or Crystals? Anyway, it's Whataburger because it's the same. White Castle and Crystals are the same. White Castle, if it was White Castle versus Crystals, then it'd be White Castle. Because I really don't like Crystal at all. But I would say Whataburger. Cookout or Dairy Queen. Now, I've only been to a cookout one time, and I don't remember. But Dairy Queen is more of an ice cream place that their food is sort of an afterthought. And so I'm going to give it to Cookout. All right, Freddy's frozen custard or it's definitely Freddy's. Also another Wichita. Excuse me. Another Wichita. All right. Round 2. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do if these are where's the typing? Oh, it's up there. Round 2. There we go. It didn't show up. Whatever. I don't know if these are going to match up exactly. So I may have to, I don't know. We may have to do like a triple threat match in some of these. All right. So we got Payway or Taco Bell. If I had these next to each other, which one would I do? I think I would go to Payway. I love Taco Bell, but if they were next to each other, I'd choose Payway. Moe's or Tijuana Flats? I would definitely choose Tijuana Flats. Arby's, Firehouse Subs. Ooh. Being hungry right now, if they were next to each other, I'm thinking Arby's. I'm thinking Arby's. I also worked at Arby's and I know what it looks like before it's cooked, and I still want to eat there. So that says something for Arby's. Jimmy John's or Panera Bread? I'm going to go with Panera Bread. Okay, Fazoli's or Blaze Pizza? I love some Blaze Pizza, but Fazoli's just has more. They got pizza. They've got those breadsticks. The Fazoli's breadsticks are, yeah, Fazoli's is definitely going to be the winner of that. Raisin Cane. Oh, yeah, not even a contest. Raisin Canes and Long John Silver's. Okay, Church's Chicken or Bojangles? All right. See, both of these, when I think about these, I think about the mashed potatoes. The chicken's really good at both, but mashed potatoes are, I think, I mean, like neither of these are around me right now. So I've had either of these for a long time. But I think if they were next door to each other, I would do Bojangles. All right, McDonald's versus Culver's. It's Culver's. Yeah. If they were next to each other, I'd choose Culver's. Jack in the Box and Sonic. We're going to go with Jack in the Box. Five Guys versus Checkers. Oh, I was going to say I love Checkers fries, but still Five Guys even beats Checkers on their fries, hands down. All right, so we're here. We got a problem here. We got three here. So we're going to just do a triple threat. Oops. We're going to do Whataburger versus Cookout versus Freddy's. And I'm going to just say Freddy's is going to bypass them. Freddy's is better than Cookout. And if I were to then bring this over, Freddy's is still better than Whataburger. All right. Round 3. Can we make these white? I didn't mean to do that. Anyway, whatever. Round 3. Payway versus Tijuana Flats. Let's clean these up a little bit. All right. The burger place is we're going to have a problem with that anyway. All right, Payway, Tijuana Flats. Okay. I think I would go with Tijuana Flats is so good, but yeah, yeah, it's Tijuana Flats. They're If they were next to each other, I would pick Tijuana Flats. Arby's and Panera Bread. um, I gotta go with Panera Bread because even though they're way overpriced, they just have, I think, better quality of food. It's not even quality. It's just like, if I was standing next to them, I probably would go into Arby's because I wouldn't want to spend. But if money was no option and there was an Arby's next to a Panera, I would choose Panera. So that's what we're doing. Fazoli's or Raising Canes? These are getting challenging when they're different. I got to come back to this one. Fazoli's and Raising Cane. No, I got to stay on it. I want to say Raising Canes. I'm leaning toward Raising Canes. But something is calling me with Fazoli's. And Fazoli's, again, is one I haven't had in a long time. So maybe the quality isn't there anymore. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to do on this one. I'm like legitimately stumped between Fazoli's and Raising Canes. I got to come back to it. Bojangles or Culver's? Okay, this one's a little easier. I can say Culver's. Jack in the Box or Five Guys? Five Guys. Freddy's. We'll go Freddy's versus Five Guys. I think it's still Five Guys. It's kind of unfair to Freddy's. But if it was Freddy's versus Jack in the Box, it would be Freddy's. If it's Jack in the Box and Five Guys, it's Five Guys. So really what we're talking about, because with these three, Jack in the Box doesn't stand with Five Guys and Freddy's. So we're looking at it's Five Guys versus Freddy's. Because anything else like would have lost to Freddy's because they're good. So we're gonna say it's Five Guys and Freddy's, and I'm gonna go with Five Guys. Oh yeah, I gotta go back to Fazoli's and Raising Canes. I I honestly don't know because Fazoli's has more variety. Raising Canes is chicken, really, really good chicken. I think, yeah, it is the winner of the chicken category of the chicken tournament. Raising Canes, number one chicken, fast food chicken place. But does it rank with Fazoli's, the number one Italian place? Fast food Italian place. I don't think it does. I think if there was a Fazoli's and I'm next door and I see both of them, I think I would go to the Fazoli's. As much as I love Raising Canes, I can't just like, it personally Raising Canes is probably my favorite, but I gotta sit here and try to be uh I gotta try to be fair. All right, we're still kind of off here. So we're gonna see. I don't know. This is difficult because I kind of screwed up without. I needed one more, I guess. Okay, so Tijuana Flats and Panera Bread. It's Tijuana Flats. Fazoli's, Culver's, and Five Guys. Only one of these can go, and it'll go up against Tijuana Flats. If it was between Five Guys and Culver's, I think I would choose Culver's. All right, so that leaves us. So we can. No, that's good. Oh, that's good. So we can rank out the burger category. Yeah, that works. So we rank out the burger category, and we'll say Culver's wins. We'll just move this back. I don't know where. Anyway, delete this out. So Culver's wins the burger category. So what we're down to is Culver's versus Fazoli's, the winner of the burger and the winner of the Italian. And I don't know. I'm leaning toward Culver's. I think it is. I think it's Culver's. Because if they were next to each other, look, if I love Raising Canes, but for some reason I'm thinking if they're next to each other, I would go to Fazoli's. But I'm seeing a Culver's now and a Fazoli's, and I'm thinking I would go to Culver's because it's burger fries, but they also have chicken that's really good. They also have the mashed potatoes that's really good. They have, I think they still have like a roast beef dinner you can get. There's just more variety. There's more to offer at Culver's. Like a Culver's versus a Raising Cane's. If I was in the mood for chicken, it'd be Raising Cane's, but overall Culver's. And this is what we're doing is overall. Okay, so this is our final round. Culver's or Tijuana Flats for the number one greatest fast food restaurant of all time, official, hands down, no debate, undisputed. Tijuana Flats versus Culver's. If they were next to each other, and I'm as hungry as I am right now, would I go to Tijuana Flats or would I go into Culver's? Both of these are also nearby here. So I could actually go to either one of these places for lunch right now. After this is done, this could decide what I have for lunch. Actually, I probably just fix a sandwich downstairs because it's free. But I could, in theory, go to either one of these places. So if I'm thinking, which one would I go to right now? Okay. I'm ready to make my decision. The winner of the one-time fast food tournament of 2024, yeah, it is 2024, is Culver's. Culver's won. That's it. That's the end of the video. That's all I have. I'm going to go eat. Am I going to eat Culver's? I don't know. I'm not feeling good about Raising Cane's losing out because I like Raising Cane's. But hey, like, this is a fair tournament. That was my number one. Raising Cane's, I'm not gonna lie. Raising Cane's was my pick. How did it lose out when it was my pick and I did the tournament and I did the choosing? I don't know. I should have cheated. If I would have cheated, I would have won. If I would have cheated, I would have won and I would have had Raising Cane's. But I didn't, and I have Culver's, and I'm happy with it. I'm not unhappy with Culver's. So, yeah. Anyway, that's the end of this video.